I was making this a silent live, but I don't know that it is because you can see me and what I'm doing here. I'm just doing some Tunisian crochet. I'm using the simple stitch and having fun doing it. I'm a little slow because I'm still new at Tunisian crochet, any type of Tunisian crochet, but I think it is fun and it's pretty, very pretty, I think. But I will leave this up for a couple of hours, maybe. Well, maybe less than that because I need to do some other stuff that happens to be right over here where I'm sitting, and behind me, my yarn and crochet corner. Oh, hi, Heather. How are you? Not really showing much of me because I haven't had a shower nor have I changed my clothes or anything. So um, I'm just kind of um, just showing what I'm doing here. So yeah, it didn't end up being a silent live like I was going to do because I just started talking, which is okay. It's kind of fun. Oh, okay. But I'm having fun with this Tunisian crochet stuff. I kind of like it. It's new and interesting, I guess. Maybe that's why I like it so much. At least it's new to me. Um, Probably not to everybody, but yeah, I like learning new things. And this is new things. Wait a minute. How many did that go through? Okay, it needs to go through that one. Okay. But I just thought, while I'm sitting here doing the silent live, why don't I just show what I'm doing? And then I just like started talking. And, well, I guess it's hard for me to stay silent when I know I've got a live going, which is kind of funny for me at least, because like I'm usually not a talkity talk type person. But here lately, I've been like talking a lot more than I usually do, mainly because I've been getting practice here doing regular lives and such. But even in my regular day-to-day life, I mean, I talk more than I used to. So I think getting on here and doing lives has been good for me because it has made me um, more talkative, which is good. Very good. Definitely. At least good for me. I don't know if there's a lot of people out there that want to hear me just jabber on, but that's something I tend to do when I start talking is just jabber about whatever. So I am enjoying learning to do this. I am making a washcloth for my mom. Washcloth, dishcloth for my mom. I think I'll make like a few of them for her for Christmas because um, well, it's fun to do, and I'm sure she will like the pattern that I'm using because it's not like fancy. Um, and I think what I heard from her the last time I spoke to her when she saw one of my dishcloths is she likes hers to be simple and not fancy. So I am going to do simple and not fancy for my mom. And hopefully she doesn't see Tunisian crochet as fancy because this stitch I'm doing really isn't fancy. I mean, it's the simple stitch. And it's pretty easy. And I am enjoying it. I mean, I love because it almost, not quite, but almost feels like I'm knitting, but I'm not really because it's a crochet hook. And I kind of like it because you don't have to turn your work, and it's easier to keep the edges straight in this kind of crochet. Not that it's not easy and I can't do it in regular crochet because I can, but I don't know. I just it's kind of fun because it's different, I guess. And my ADD mind likes to do different and new things a lot. So I do that. That's why I end up with a lot of whips. And then when I go back to look at them, it's like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. And I frog it and do something else. Which is kind of funny. I mean, I lose interest in stuff way too quickly. And I need to quit that. And just finish something, whether I'm interested in it or not. That's what I think I need to do. But you know how it goes. It's just it's just how I roll, I guess, is how I need to say it. Oh, hi, Shonda. Nice to see you. Glad you came in. I know the heading said silent live, but I'm sitting here and my crocheting stuff is on screen. So why be silent? So I just started talking. You know, I just sometimes, it's cloudy and rainy out. I should have turned my light on before I sat down here. And hello, Nancy. I'm not like showing a lot of my hair and my face because I have not showered yet, and I just don't want to be on screen like that when I haven't showered. Just so you guys, understand where I'm coming from. And I was gonna make this a silent live, but I just, I'm sitting here and I'm crocheting. So I'm like, well, why be silent if you're sitting here and it's alive? So I just started talking. Oh, Shonda, you started a Shaw. Wow. I should have turned the light on before I sat down here. Because, it's not easy to see what I'm doing. But I am doing a Tunisian crocheted dishcloth for my mom, Nancy. I'm using the simple stitch, and I can't remember who that I knows the Tunisian stitch and who doesn't know it. So, oh, hello. Hello, Dora Beth. How are you? Just trying to get some watch hours and Um, not really putting my face or anything online because I am still in my night clothes and haven't showered. I got the day off from having my grandkids, so I'm relaxing, but I've got to clean up this corner behind me pretty soon. It's a disaster area because I've got carpet cleaners coming to clean my carpet tomorrow, and I have to be able to, you know, I mean, I've got 5 bags over there of clothes that I don't wear anymore that I'm getting rid of, and I've got to get that in my car. And I've got a bag full of toys that my grandkids don't play with anymore, and I've got to get that in my car. And then there's the crib and the pack and play that they don't use anymore because they're too old for those. And I've got to figure out what to do with those too. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it all, but I'm going to offer it to my son's ex-wife. Don't know how long it's going to be before the baby, her baby can come home, but she may need some of it. And then her brother has a new baby, so he may need some. I don't know. So I am going to have to figure out what to do with a bunch of stuff. I really, really cleaned out my closet on Friday. I think it was Friday. I went through all my clothes in my closet and got rid of a good deal of them. And then I went through all the clothes in my dresser and got rid of a good deal of them too. So I've got lots of room in my closet and in my drawers. And my husband has a lot more clothes than I do now. Of course, most of them he doesn't wear anymore because they're too small. But yeah, I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff. I need to. And y'all don't forget to give this stream a thumbs up. There's one so far. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of decluttering. I went through the boys' books, my grandkids' books that we have here, the ones in the living room at least, I went through. And then I went through their toys. And, you know, if they're not playing with them, I'm not going to keep them. So I'm getting rid of some toys, one of which I'll probably try to give to my son's ex-wife's brother, because my grandkids want to give it to them. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere. We had a tropical storm and the streets bare, all flooded, can't drive anywhere. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow. Yeah, be safe. Definitely. I'm about ready to turn the heat on in this house. I am wearing my bathrobe and I'm still cold. I do not know about this. Seems like after when October's over, the cold weather just decides to come on in. Let's see, we are going to, thank you, staying put. My son had to work. Someone came and took him to work. Okay. It's 80 degrees here today. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's probably, well, I don't know what the temperature is here. Let me check. Doop. 34 degrees. It's 34 degrees here, Fahrenheit. So, like I said, after when October is done, it seems like, or actually even when September is done, it seems like it just gets cold here anymore. Yeah. But I don't know why my husband turned the heat off. He was cold in here yesterday, but yet he didn't turn the heat back on. We had it on. I kind of like this way of crocheting, except for the fact that it curls like knitting does. And I don't know how to get it to not curl like knitting does. Let's see. Kentucky is so weird. We have temps in the 30s, then up to the 50s. Just 2 days, it's been 80s. Oh, last 2 days. Wow. 41 Fahrenheit with a winter weather advisory. Wow. It will curl until you are done and add a border. Yeah, I'm going to add a border, definitely. And it's going to be a single crochet border because my mom doesn't like fancy washcloths, I think, or dishcloths. I think she feels like she can't use it if it's fancy. So, yeah, I don't do fancy for her anymore with that stuff. But yeah, single crochet border is what's on the schedule to do. And maybe I should do a border on the other thing that I have done. And maybe that won't like curl up anymore. And do the border before I do the cross stitch on it that I want to do on it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I totally forgot about doing a border on that until just now. But yeah, I mean, well, the simple stitch, of course, it's easy. I tried to do the knit stitch yesterday, and I don't know, I think I was doing it wrong. So I just gave up and decided to do the simple stitch. Mother does the same. She has some of my first crochet projects, literally from 50 years ago. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, let's redo that one because I think I went through the wrong spot. There we go. Now it's right. But yeah, I want to make her something she's going to use. I don't know that she's even used the bookmarks that I made her. She let me have back the cross that I made her, and I sold it. I mean, because it was sitting there getting, collecting dust. She displays the kitchen towels I crocheted for her instead of using them. Yeah, see, she doesn't even my mom doesn't even display it. She just, I don't know, puts it in a drawer. So I don't know. Maybe she didn't like them, or maybe. But I did hear her say that she liked one of the dishcloths that I was using that I made a while back out of the same yarn. I'm not sure what kind of stitch it is because it looks like I knitted it, but I didn't knit back then. So, unless, oh, this is the yarn that I got from someone else, and that dishwasher rag is something someone else made. No wonder. No wonder it's made it in the, knitted. Okay. I get it now. Let's see. As a keepsake, my grands do not use the Afghans I made them. Their quilts? Yep. Oh, um, my grandkids use their Afghans. Um, the first one that I made for my oldest grandson, my daughter in law, or ex daughter in law now, put it away somewhere. She was afraid it would get dirty and stained. She put it away somewhere and nobody knows where. So I made a new one for him, and I made one for my other grandson too. But instead of making them baby blankets, because they're not babies anymore, I made them big boy blankets. Is that what I should call it? Yeah, and they call them their grandma blankets, which is kind of cool. I like it. And the teddy bear I made for my oldest grandson Declan is his grandma bear, and the Pikachu I made for my youngest grandson is his grandma Pikachu. So yeah, they like giving them names like that. Wow, if I keep going like this, I'll have this washcloth done in no time. And I keep going through too many loops. Hey, cool. I am back to where I was before I frogged the whole thing. And that makes me very happy. And I think I'm doing better on this than I did on my first project that I did that was wait a minute. What in the world is going on here? And why is that happening? Uh-oh. Oh, goodness gravy. And I messed up. And I can't see a thing. No, That's not how that goes. Okay, let's go back to here and do this. Okay. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog was a request by my grandson. Oh, wow. I've never tried that. I've done a I've done Pikachu and oh, I forget the name of it. It was another Pokemon. Jigglypuff. I did a Jigglypuff. Well, actually, I did a bunch of Pikachus. I did like 5 or 6 Pikachus. And then I did one. I've never done a Grafgan either. I want to. But nothing like real fancy, like a picture of somebody or something. Something easy. I'm not looking to, be the most famous reindeer of all. But I would like to do a Grafgan. That would be a lot of fun. Did you crochet it or quilt it? Crochet what? The Pikachus and such? I crocheted those. Those were amigurumi. Yeah. And well, the last amigurumi thing I made was about 4 years ago. And I made an octopus. I don't think I used a pattern. I just made it up as I went. But yeah, I have not done amigurumi for at least 4 years. It was not long after my dad died that I made that octopus. Now I could do that, but a twin size Afghan would be way more challenging. Yeah. I'm sure it would be. I'm probably slower at this than most people, but I'm still kind of new at the Tunisian crochet, so I'm still getting used to it. Used to doing it. So, yeah, it is kind of challenging learning something new. You got to do it quite a few times before you've got it down. And at some point, I'm going to have to relearn how to do the Tunisian knit stitch. I waited too long before I made something with it again, and I totally forgot how to do it. And the book that I'm using doesn't really explain it very well. Oh, you know what? I could go on one of these Tunisian crochet YouTube channels and watch a tutorial. I almost forgot about that. But yeah, I want to learn to do a bunch of different Tunisian stitches. And maybe I'll switch over to doing Tunisian crochet instead of just regular crochet. Because I almost feel like I'm in actuality making a piece of material doing the Tunisian crochet. But, well, with regular crochet, if I'm doing like a single crochet or a half double, I feel like I'm making a piece of material. But with Tunisian crochet, I don't know, I almost feel like I'm weaving, if you know what I mean. Because with this, I mean, you don't have to turn your work. You just keep going back and forth. And I kind of like it. Yeah, I love tutorials too. They show it a lot better than a book does. And they explain it a lot better than a book does. So, yeah, tutorials are a lot easier to learn from than books are. At least, you know, for me, they are. I do better when I'm watching somebody do it and following along and doing it myself at the same time. I pray I can find one on Sonic the Hedgehog, a tutorial. Yeah, type it into the search and see if you can find somebody who's doing it. Did I get that in there wrong? No, I didn't. That would be an interesting one to make, though. Sonic the Hedgehog and his sidekick Tails. His sidekick Tails. Look for a GraphGAN. Simplified. Yes. Yes. That does simplify it. Get one that has Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails on it. That'd be cool. Okay, I am going to get up and turn my light on because I can't see. Okay. There we go. Oops, oops. Don't fall over. There we are. Gotta get some work done. Sounds good. Ah, hugs. Yes. We'll see you later, Doorbeth. I'm going to have to go pretty soon, too, because I've got to get some work done. Some decluttering done so that my house is ready for the carpet cleaners tomorrow. Okay, let's not put this up so close to my face, because the closer to my face I put it, the harder it is for you guys to see it. And I'm not putting this up there for my own. Oh, whoops. But yeah, this this kind of crocheting is fun. I guess it's my need for something new. I get that sometimes. I get to the point where it's like, I'm bored with this. Give me something new. And then, I find something like Tunisian crochet or, knitting with knitting needles. And also with knitting loom. I've gotten pretty good at that. And I've learned all kinds of different things that you can make on it. I mean, it's not just for making hats. You can make blankets on it. You can make scarves on them. You can make sweaters on them. Um, I mean, you can make just about anything on a knitting loom. Anything that you can make using needles, you can make using a loom, a knitting loom, which is kind of nice. I mean, I like that fact. Okay, go through and go through there and there. There we go. Now, I'm on my way back. Oops. It's one thing about this cotton yarn is it's kind of slippery on my fingers, so I don't even know how to explain. It just doesn't stay where you want it to. And you have to re-put it on your hand ever so often because it's getting too loose. And you need to tighten it up. But I'm okay with that because it is making a pretty dishcloth. That's the word I'm looking for. And I love to make pretty things. And I love the different types of Tunisian, the different stitches, the different Tunisian stitches. I mean, you can do a pearl stitch, a Tunisian pearl stitch. You can do a Tunisian knit stitch. You can do a well, the simple stitch, and then it's got some other stitches in the book that I was looking in that you can do, and it's really kind of cool, all the different stitches there is. And I keep wondering, is there another kind of crochet besides, the regular crocheting and Tunisian stitch crochet? Because it's cool. And I like the simple stitch because it almost like makes boxes for you so that if you wanted to cross stitch something onto it, you could. So yeah, I like the simple stitch the best for that purpose. Name above all names, beautiful Savior, glorious Lord, Emmanuel, God is with us, blessed Redeemer, living word. Steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning, new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness, O Lord. Great is thy faithfulness. Amen. Don't know why, but I felt like singing a song, so I did. Well, I sang two, but hey, who's counting? Ah, yep. I don't know if y'all can actually see what I'm doing here. See how the stitch is being done. But yeah. So is there anyone else out there that gets cold weather in early November, late October? Well, even early, just plain October. If anyone else who gets cold weather in October. Like September is warm, and then October comes, and I mean, just there may be one or two warm days. And by warm, I mean in the upper 50s, lower 60s. In October, but not many. We have had some cooler weather, but been pretty warm for the last few days. 80 today. Oh my goodness. You and Dorbeth have temperatures in the 80 range. Wow. Yeah. When I lived in Maryland and Virginia, I mean, the summer weather would start early and stay for a while. But it's quite different here. And let's see, we can get cold weather anytime from October on. Okay, so uh, it's not just where I live. I don't know what Eastern Washington is like. I mean, haven't been there since August. And it was pretty warm in August in Eastern Washington. It's like you go over the mountains and it's totally different, like night and day different. In eastern Washington, I mean, they get warmer weather than we do, and they get colder weather than we do. Like they get more snow than we do too. But most of the time it's rain here, not snow. But we do get snow. I have video evidence on my channel of that. But yeah, we get pretty. And when it snows here, I mean, when it really snows, I'm indoors for like over a week. Because number one, who wants to go outside in the cold? And number two, who wants to go walk in the snow and get your feet all wet? Not me. So, when I was a kid, that was fun. But the older I get, the less fun it is. And I can't stand snow anymore. I mean, unless all I'm doing is looking at it. I do not enjoy snow, and I will not drive in the snow because there's too many people out there in this area that don't know how to drive in the snow. So I stay off the roads when it snows as much as possible. Now, when I was working, yeah, I had to get out there, whether it was snow and ice on the roads or not. But I don't do that anymore. I'm just not a snow person. I do not enjoy the snow unless all I'm doing is looking at it from a nice warm house. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then it's pretty until somebody steps all over in it. After somebody steps all over in it, it isn't pretty anymore. So, yeah. And it's pretty to watch it fall. Snowfall is pretty to watch. But from the comfort of my warm house, in my living room on my couch, right now my house is not warm. I should turn the heat on. Especially since it's that cold outside. 30 some degrees. But in a little bit, I am going to get myself, I'm going to be moving and moving and moving, cleaning out my corner over here behind me. So I'll probably get too hot then and want to like turn the heat off. And wouldn't that be funny? So that's what the back of it looks like. That's okay. Let's see. Yeah. But the older I get, the less adaptable to cold weather I am, and the less adaptable to hot weather I am. So, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to do some decluttering in my yarn corner, and that will be good, because then I won't have to do much to move everything out of here so that the carpet cleaners can clean the carpet. I like to have everything out of the living room, you know, not the couch and, you know, not the big stuff. I mean the small stuff. Like everything that's on the floor behind me over here. I will take and put it in my bedroom. And because they're not going to clean that carpet, one of these days I will get new carpet in there. And then, but you know what? I would rather have fake hardwood flooring in my bedroom than have a dust collecting carpet in there. So I don't know. We'll see. But someday, some way. Yeah. Anyway, I got quite a few rows done here, and I think it's time for me to get moving on my decluttering. So I'm gonna have to sign off for now. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Y'all don't need to see my dirty